All right, doing a little bit of spirited running today, and started noticing a smell first before I started noticing a problem. And then I looked at my gauges, which I should have done earlier. Saw my temperature gauge way out of, I mean, it was as hot, almost as hot as it could get. Looky here. That's the water pump alternator fan belt. So my alternator wasn't turning, my water pump wasn't turning, my fan wasn't turning. My power steering, which is on another belt, was turning. My air conditioning, which is on another belt, isn't hooked up. So anyway, I'm waiting on a part delivery, and I'm hoping it didn't do any external or internal damage as hot as it got. It wasn't steaming, but it might. I mean, I'll show you. This overflow was bubbling bad, and this is a fairly new aluminum radiator I put in, and you can't really see. I don't have a flashlight, but it's empty, or low. So anyway, and in order to get to the alternator, which I had to pull off to get to that belt, you got to pull the power steering. And I've got minimal tools that I carry. I'm going to rectify that. But I was doing some spirited running, and oh well. Like I said, the smell first, then the gauge look, then I knew I had a problem. Then I found my turnoff. I was lucky I found this turnoff. And hopefully, if luck sticks with me, those heads that are from 75, those cast iron stock OEM heads that are known to crack when they get very, very hot. Well, let's hope they don't crack. We'll see. My belt's on the way. Well, all right. It's a couple days later, and it made it home without any problem. Got the new belts on. If you'll notice, it looks definitely in line. And I don't see anywhere where it could have rubbed. So I'm not sure what could have caused that fan belt to give. I've got two theories. But first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to start it up. And we'll see how she runs now. There's two things that you got to be wary of when you think you may have a cracked head or a blown head gasket, and that's where your coolant will get into the cylinder. Now, if the coolant gets into the cylinder and you go to start the engine, well, the coolant doesn't compress. So something has got to give since the coolant won't. And generally that is the rod. It'll bend or bust a rod if there's too much coolant in the combustion chamber. Well, I started this after I got home. I let it cool totally a couple hours. Came back out, started it. Ran good, didn't steam at all, didn't use any antifreeze, the oil looked good. So I waited a day and checked it again, and it still did okay. So now it's been about 4 days. Let's start it up and see what happens. see if there's any steam or smoke and it's not steaming or smoking. So I may have dodged the bullet. See if I can kick it down. Okay, I'm gonna keep the light on it. I'm gonna shine the light on it, leave the camera on while I gun it a couple times, and you'll see there's nothing wrong with the motor mount. So the engine's didn't shift to get that belt caught into anything. So the engine didn't, the motor mounts are good, and it didn't allow the engine to jerk around and get that belt caught up in anything. So I'll cover my two theories here momentarily. Does seem like I have dodged a bullet, and that belt's running true. Maybe the camera may not show it, but it's running true as can be, just like that power steering belt. If you notice, I don't have the air conditioning belt on because, well, I need a compressor and I need a condenser, and, well, anyway. All right, here's my two theories. Theories number one, a mouse chewed on that belt. Now, I don't have any other mouse damage in this engine compartment on the wiring or anything, so that may or may not be accurate, but it's a possibility that a mouse chewed on the belt. That's theory number one. Theory number two, and what I would suspect is probably what it was just a cheap defective belt. I think I got it from, I can't remember if I got it from Advance Auto or AutoZone, and it was the serrated kind, and it had the serrations on top, unlike this one where the serrations on the bottom. So it's possible it was just a cheap belt. Other than that, I have no theory as to what could have caused that belt to fail. And it, you know, after it got into the fan and everything, you know, when all the little threads and everything are hanging, I can't, you know, you can't really tell. If it had just flung off and got off to the side without getting chewed up on any by whatever on the engine, I might could have told better. But anyway, that's my two theories. It's ran good since. I've taken it out one time and didn't suffer any problems. Now these heads are the cast irons. I believe they're 76cc chamber smog heads. So if excuse me, if they cracked or they end up cracking, well, that'll just give me an excuse to go out and get some good aluminum heads and up the compression a little bit, increase the flow, and increase a little bit of power. But if these heads are still good and it doesn't show any problems, well, we'll run it like it is. Of course, we'll run it like it is till it don't, then we'll address it then. When I was young, I used to fix things when they weren't broke. Now I'll wait till they're broke. So anyway, she seems to be doing good now. Well, all right, looks like I may have dodged the bullet. So, thanks to my brother, he went and picked up, I called and got the belt ordered from Advance, so I'm going to get me a spare. I'm going to carry a spare belt from now on. And I'm also going to carry, now it took a 9/16 wrench and a 1/2 inch wrench to do this maintenance on that. And it made it easier when he brung a deep well 1/2 inch, a deep well 9/16, and a 6-inch extension, and a ratchet. That made it a lot easier. So that's what I would recommend to have in your emergency kit. To have a socket, a socket set, and a ratchet, SAE, and of course combination wrenches from 5/16 all the way up to 3/4, and some large screwdriver, a regular flat blade screwdriver, and a regular Phillips, and that would probably be good for you. I'm not going to carry antifreeze because, well, as if you know the vets, you know there's really no place to carry antifreeze in this thing. So, but I will carry a belt, and I will keep a better eye on that belt, and I'm gonna, like in a pre-flight, I'm going to look, and then I'm also going to keep a better eye on my gauges. It looks like I caught it in the nick of time this time. But you never know how many times you can overstress, 50-year-old cast iron before it's going to let loose, it's going to crack. And who knows, it may have started something and it may eventually come up. But with that aluminum radiator, I flushed it out real good. I'm running a 180 degree thermostat, and I barely get to 200 degrees on this thing. Right, and I've got a little temperature gun that I can verify temps on, and it rarely ever gets. The only time I've ever gotten around 200 degrees, besides this last episode, is when I was sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic up in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I watched the red light change 4 times. It got up to 200, but it didn't get above that. Normally I'm around, well, I know the thermostat's opening, so it's got to be above 180. So it's between 180 and 200 is where it normally runs. So it's a pretty good operating engine normally. So anyway, that's it. Lesson learned. I'm going to have a better toolkit. I'm going to carry some belts, and I'm going to watch them gauges a whole lot more. No idiot lights in this dude. It's all gauges. So anyway, hope everything's going good with you and yours. Everything's going great here now, because I can't complain. Because I can't complain anyway. It won't do me no good. So you just carry on and take care of the business. Have a good one, and I hope to see you around on the next one. See ya.